that will take you to our website, highlightcrafts.com, where you're going to log into your account. If you haven't got an account, please open one, because you get the benefits of being a club member for free, which is great. So you're going to log into your account and then check out those baskets. The way that this works is, imagine you're in your local supermarket and you're pushing the trolley around and you've picked up the last pint of milk off the shelf, and somebody comes along behind you in the queue and they go, oh, I need that milk, takes it out and puts it in theirs. It's not yours until you've paid for it, basically. So please don't sit there and go, oh, well, I'll check out in a few hours' time, it'll be fine. I've had quite a few people recently say, oh, I missed out because I didn't check my basket out. So I'm telling you that for a reason, okay? If you would prefer to shop with us directly on the website, you can do that. So you can also watch us on there. So all you do is go to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and then as soon as that show starts, you'll see all the items in that show appear down the right hand side of your screen. You then simply select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will then go into a little red shopping bag which will appear at the top of your screen. When you're ready to log in and check out, you're going to click that bag and that will take you through that process. So you don't need codes if you're shopping on the website. Now you can also shop ahead from midnight. So at midnight tonight, you'll be able to click onto Highlight Crafts, select the banner that says Shop Today's Deals, click on that and it will open up all the deals for that day. Okay, and you can shop them. So if you are going out for the day, you're busy, you're doing all your housework, whatever it is, and you can't take us with you because we're mobile, we can go on your phone and your tablet, you can take us with you, then you can absolutely shop ahead before you do any of that. Right, shall we get stuck in? Family favourites. Now I know there's a lot of you collecting these, like you've collected Flower of the Month. Let me introduce you to these adorable little characters. So we have Darwin first. Our kangaroo. I love kangaroos. They're amazing, aren't they? It's their feet. Love their feet.
Yeah, huge.
We have a whippet at home called Mr. Bojangles, or Bo for short. His feet are like that. It just bounces. They're brilliant. Love them. So you've got Darwin the kangaroo. You've then got the babies, Zippy and Roo. You're also going to get that outside cutting edge with your dies as well. So you're getting 2 dies, so 4 dies in that one, your detail and then your outside edge. That's going to be coming useful in a little while when I show you the transfer paper. And then we've also got our koalas. So we've got Kylie at the bottom. Had to be, didn't it? We've got Kylie sat there. And then next to her we've also got Ozzy and Sydney. So you've got the little baby ones. Oh, how cute are they? They just look so fluffy, don't they? You feel the fluff. The artwork's that good. We use an illustrator called Max, and he is incredible at what he does, digitally colouring. He's a magician. He's brilliant. And that's who we use for the artwork with our 2 red robins. So if you want all of those dies, plus Minecraft Studio. Now, Minecraft Studio is absolutely phenomenal. If you've never used it, never heard of it, you can download it now for free from highlightcrafts.com. It's the best graphics program for crafters that we've ever used. It's superb. It was designed by crafters for crafters. So these 2 guys set about making it with the guidance of Diane and Stephanie, and they brought it all back and they just went, yeah, that don't work for us. I said, what do you mean? I said, it's not in our language. So if we've got scissors on it, it's because they cut like a pair of scissors. It's written in crafters' language, so we understand exactly what it is. But it's the most intuitive and simplest piece of technology that you'll ever use, but it's extraordinarily brilliant. And it's free right now on highlightcrafts.com. But then what we do is we bring you artwork that works in conjunction with that program so that you can design digitally, either to print them off and send them to friends and family, or to use as a design tool. So to lay out what your card is going to look like. If you're anything like me, it doesn't close the horizon, has no colour and no pictures, Minecraft Studio is amazing for that. So let me talk you through this artwork because this is lovely. So you're going to get Darwin. So you're getting all the artwork for your dies. Okay, so these are all your little characters. We've given them to you as artwork so you can start to build your own designs with these fabulous little characters. Imagine printing these off on shrink plastic and having them as little key rings. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. And I love the fact we've done them in different poses as well, which is important. Then you're going to get all what we call our reflections artwork for our dies. So you literally print these off at actual size or 100% onto your preferred printing medium. I'll talk to you about those as we go through. And then you put the die over the top, and when you can't see any colour around the outside edge, you know it's in the right place, and then you run it through your die cutting machine. So you're going to get all of those. Then you're going to get your digi-stamps. So Lily will love these. So your digi-stamps for colouring in, or you can use them with your words, Melanie, what's the word?
Foiling?
Nope, pyrography tool. You can use it for that as well. You could also foil them as well if you wanted to with your foil pen. You're then also going to get these amazing scenes. Look how fabulous these are. Aren't these stunning? The depth of colour and perspective and design that we've got in these is really quite extraordinary. And also, I'm thinking back to when we did Disney and we used to do The Lion King. These at the top would be perfect for that. Also, really good for your silhouettes, because you've got that real bright vibrancy of colour in the background that will really set off those black silhouettes. So you're getting those, and then we started to do something a little bit different with these. So if you look at the foreground on here, it looks like it's got a very soft focus on it, slightly out of focus. That's so that you can concentrate in this part of the design, and this bit, it's almost like you fade into it, which is brilliant. And then we also do them the opposite way, where the background is slightly out of focus and the foreground is pinpoint sharp. So then you can really work at the front of your design. So have a play around with those because it's really cool. And then also you're going to get your textures, and your textures on this one look like wood bark. So you've got the textures in there as well. Now you can buy the Micro Studio by itself. It's shop MCS and it's $6.99, or you can get it included with your bundle for $34.99, which means that you're actually paying £28 for your dies, which is £7 a set, which is brilliant, right? Love that. So if you want that, shop MCS, or if you want the bundle with the dies, it's shop bundle, and that is $34.99. Right, let's have a look at the SVGs next, because we were always a little bit behind, weren't we, SVG customers? Now we're up with it. We're on par with the die cutters. We get it at the same time. Sometimes we even get it earlier. So SVG files, if you've just been watching the Scan and Cut shows, one of the file formats that Scan and Cut reads is SVG. If you've got an original CM300 or 600, it won't read them until you do your update, and then it will, okay? When we bring you SVG files, we always bring you the artwork that was the size of the die, okay? So you've got that size. Then we either bring you a smaller version and a larger version, or a larger version and an extra large version. And that will be depicted on your reflections artwork that, again, you're going to print off at either actual size or 100%. Then you're going to scan it into your Scan and Cut. There'll be a cutting file that works with it, and you will line both of those together and it will cut them out for you. The other thing we do is we also give you all the artwork in reverse. So if you do want to do these characters back to back, you can, or if you want to create symmetry on your project, you can also do that as well. We then give you decoupage layers. So instead of having to snip into them, excuse me, sorry, cough again. I'll get some cough sweets when I go out for my lunch. You can create that symmetry. On top of that, we also give you the detailed designs. So we get the outside edge, and then you get all the little lines that would have been on the die, okay? Super, super easy to use, but I'm so sorry. If you get the SVG and the MCS together, remember the MCS is worth $6.99 on its own, so you're only paying £8 for your SVG files with all that content. Let's say, for example, you wanted Kylie the size of an A4 sheet. You can take her into Canvas Workspace, make her bigger, print her off, turn her and then keep a note. This is a really good way of doing it. Keep a note of what size that is on Minecraft Studio, and then change that individual cutting file from your reflection to that size, and it will cut it out. So the two together are a marriage made in heaven. They're absolutely fabulous. So think about that. So if you want this one, it's Shop Digital and it's $14.99. Right, Lily, we're going to come over to you while I sort my voice out.
Right, let's do it. So I'm going to start off by showing you the boards here, just to give you a little bit of an inspiration as to how you can mix and match these gorgeous dies alongside those backgrounds that you're getting as part of your Minecraft studio. So we're going to start off with Ozzy and Sydney. I mean, how super cute are they? Just a very simple composition here, just taking on those lovely backgrounds, printing that off, just a simple matte and layer that could be directly onto the front of your card, a little bit of decoupage onto these gorgeous little characters, and then just popping those onto your background, and you've got a gorgeous card in little to no time whatsoever. Then next up we have our almost like our mummy, or your I suppose it is a mummy if it's your Kylie.
Yeah.
Kylie, little character here that would pair perfectly. If you popped her alongside the two little babies there, you could create a whole family. But once again, just adding her to one of your backgrounds looks gorgeous, but very easy to do. Then next up we have our little kangaroos. This is Zippy and Roo. So super cute, these two, just bouncing around on that background there. Just look absolutely adorable. And then finally we have Darwin. Now we've got a whole group of Darwins there, but just layering those up, adding some of your decoupage, they look fabulous onto all of those backgrounds. That just gives you a little bit of inspiration as to the sort of thing you can do when you bring in those backgrounds alongside your dies. But we're going to start to pop a card together. So we'll start off with our matting and layering. We've got a lovely backing paper here that we've just cut using that lovely sort of very fine scalloped edge square. And this is a lovely card that I'm putting together that our Kath has helped to prep for us. So it's a beautiful design. It's going to bring in some different elements together to build up this card. So we've just got some double-sided tape onto the back of there, and we're just going to peel off that backing. And then the middle strip here, we'll just peel that back fully, but with the two outer strips, and this is a trick that really helps in terms of positioning, we're just going to peel back a little bit of those two opposite corners, but we're just going to fold each and one of those over now. So we've got that middle piece that's been removed, and then we've just been those two corners that have been folded back, and we're just going to centre that, not like that, we're not. Oh dear, let's just lift that up gently. The jeopardy. Right. Oh, is it coming up?
I know, this sounds ridiculous. Breathe on it, Lily.
I remember you saying this years ago, actually. Oh, it's coming, it's not coming. It's coming.
You need to be a bit harder than that, love. Like you're putting out a fire. There you are.
There we go. No one saw that, did they? No one saw that.
It's fine.
That was a great start.
Listen,
right.
We're teaching them how to put it right.
Absolutely.
If it goes wrong, right?
Right, so we'll just peel this back.
Perfect.
I just want to make sure that I've peeled back just where the border is, just so we've not... I tell you, if we don't manage to peel it back, we'll stick a flower over it, so we'll be absolutely fine either way. I'll tell you what I will do. This is what I should have done first way around, but of course I was just showing you guys at home, so you don't make the same mistake. Of course. What we'll do is we'll just grab some of our pin flare, and where we have that tape exposed, we'll just pop that onto that, which will give us a little bit of wiggle room. I'm just thinking about where I'm going to put my flowers so I can cover that. Pop it on that side, yeah. So that side will be covered with flowers, so we'll be absolutely fine. We've got our two ends of our tape sticking out, our glue in the centre. Take two, here we go. Right, line that up, make sure it's nice and level.
It's a day to day, Lily, isn't it?
I know,
Right?
What a day it's been. I dread to think what else will go wrong now.
But, nothing. We're not having any more. We had enough today.
We've run up all of our bad luck. The only way is up now.
Yep.
We can hope.
We've done it. I had two with scan and cut, one where it wouldn't download, another one where it wouldn't download, and you've had that. So we've had a three, we're good.
We've had enough. That's enough for one day.
There you go.
Smooth sailing. Right, foam pads. We've got some few foam pads. I say a few. Quite a few foam pads. 9, I do believe, on the back of here. But that's just going to help to lift this up a little bit from that red piece. Now, before I stick that down, just because we're sticking that 3D, I'm going to stick these two together flat. Now, I've got this lovely sort of a rustic browny, maroony sort of colour. I'll try and get it right this time so I can show you the technique. Hopefully we'll have more luck than that first time round. So remove this middle piece. I'm just going to get my pokey tool just to make sure that tape's burnished. So we're just peeling back the carrier rather than the tape itself. Now I'll just grab my wet glue, just using our bookbinding glue from Pinflair. That's just going to go along that bottom section there. We'll hover this over our piece of black cardstock until we're happy with where it's positioned. Then once we're happy with our nice even border of black around the edge, I'm going to pop my hand in the centre there. This little tail, I'm just going to remove that, hold that back, then burnish that side down, and then we'll do exactly the same on the other side. It just allows you to centralise things a little bit better. So remove all that backing out of the way. We'll bring back in this piece that we've just removed our backing of the foam pads from. Our piece has got our little boo-boo, but we'll take care of that in a little while. That'll just go onto the centre of there, and then that's going to go onto our card base. We've got a nice white card base. We'll have it as a 10th fold for this particular one. So a few foam pads on the back once again that we'll just whip round and remove, and that's going to be all of our layers built up, ready for us to add all of our lovely little characters onto. And for this one, I'm going to be using our lovely little kangaroos for this particular card. So we'll go in and we'll just centralise this in the middle of our card base. And you can always add a little bit of your bookbinding glue just to the back of those foam pads so you can have a little bit of wiggle room. That's really starting to take shape with that gorgeous background onto there. Now at this point we're going to bring in some of these lovely dies that we launched just last week, our Perfect View. What we've done is we've cut our outer edge there from that pattern. We've got the window or door, or whatever you choose it to be there. Got our couple of shutters, but instead of using that as it is, what we're going to do is we'll take our pair of scissors and we're just going to trim that middle section out just so that we've got the outer frame. So it's really easy to do. I'm just going to snip into there. That point is already a cut line, so I'm literally just snipping between the cut lines. I'm not cutting anything out fully. I'm literally just snipping between these cut lines. So all of that light coloured wood in the centre is going to be removed, just leaving us with that sort of darker coloured wood all around the edge. So it's just a couple of nicks top and bottom, and then just trimming out the left and the right hand side until you've got your frame remaining. So we'll just go around, and then that's going to remove that centre section there, just to give us a slightly more delicate frame so that our character is going to stand proud a little bit more against this window. So we'll go around with our Pinflair bookbinding glue just around the edge of our frame here, and then that's going to go onto our backing plate, so that lovely solid design that we've used that outer die to die cut there. So a bit of glue onto there, and then we'll just even that up so we've got a nice even border around the edge there, and that creates our centre section. So we'll glue that into the middle of our card base. We're going in with some of our foam pads just so it's lifting proud from our background design, and we're starting to create that focal element of our card, and that's going to lay down into the middle of our card just like so, making sure that's nice and even. Then we've got our pair of shutters here, once again with foam pads, just so it's going to be the same level as the actual window itself. So we've got one from that left hand side and one for the right. We've just used our reflections to print these and then die cut them so that everything's going to match together nicely. So we'll pop our left hand shutter just like so, so it looks like the window or the door sort of opening to this scene that we're building. And then at this point we're bringing our lovely little family here of our little kangaroos that we've got. So we've got 3 little kangaroos, and before I choose to stick these down, I'm just going to bring these in, start to position these until I'm happy with sort of how they're looking. I'm going to have him sort of stood on that window ledge there, and I think I'll have those two sort of facing each other, a bit like they're having a bit of a chat onto there. So those 3 will go onto there, something like that. So I'll go in with my Pinflair just to give these a little bit of lift over our background. So we'll just have some of that dimension onto their bodies there. We'll go in with that left hand kangaroo just sitting on the windowsill, almost like they've sort of claimed the house for themselves. They've taken over. He stood on the windowsill, and they're all just hanging out, having a little bit of a chat amongst this scene here. Don't want him to stand on that one's tail, so I'm just going to have him a little bit further forward, just like so. And then our third one is going on to the right. These two are just having a little cheeky conversation. Wonder what they're talking about. Could be about the weather.
What they're going to have for the dinner, I suspect.
Quite possibly.
Right.
Maybe they're thinking in this house that they've taken over, there's some food in there.
We've had a message from Huggable Creations.
Oh, hello.
Are you ready for this?
I think I am.
Good morning from Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Hello.
Right.
Good morning.
Oh,
How's the
fabulous
weather
is
over
that?
there? I'd love to know.
She wants to know, could you use the gold pen to cover the mistake?
Oh, I don't see why not. Yeah, because
Could do,
it's the
couldn't you?
paper that's exposed, so yeah.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
But,
Good shout.
That's a job for
Trinidad
now.
and Tobago,
I
Lincoln
know.
Neck.
Wow.
Who knew? From our
know.
little studios in Derbyshire.
I know.
Right.
We're international. Who knew?
International we are.
Here we are. Wow. Gosh. But the weather's a bit warmer over there than it is here.
Probably infamous.
So.
Right? Trinidad and Tobago. Google it, love.
Have you not? I must have heard of it.
Oh, God.
We won't say anything, we'll just carry on crafting.
Oh, Amber, Google it.
Yeah. Oh well, there we go. Look, it's
brilliant.
covered. It was never that. No one ever knew. You didn't see it. Never
There
happened.
you are, you see? What
Never
I found
happened.
really interesting about what Cass done here is she's using different collections. So she's bringing in that tropical look of flowers. She's bringing in the window with the shutters from last week's, I can't remember what it was called now.
So Perfect View, was it?
Perfect View.
That's the one.
So you've got, all of those. Isn't that interesting? How just, you can, again, one thing, which are your new dyes today, bringing out all of those aspects in the other ones. Very clever.
Yeah,
very clever.
Absolutely gorgeous, and just such a lovely way just to mix and match, just to embellish things a little bit more. I'm sure you've got plenty of floral dyes in your collection. Maybe you got Hollyhock Gate that we brought you a little bit earlier on last week. That would work beautifully as well. Similar sort of idea with that one. I'm literally just ripping into these flowers and just making them work for my composition. So if the stem's a little bit too long, I'll literally just tear it apart and we can start to really build this scene. This is part that I love the most, building up all your floral compositions and just framing that lovely scene that we've built up in the centre. So almost like it's growing around that window there. So a little bit of balance. I'll bring in the pink flower. And what I tend to do personally when I'm building my floral sort of compositions, I'll start with a centre, almost like a focal point in the middle, and I'll start to build outwards from that to start to grow that design around wherever you're framing. I think that one go just into there.
Lovely.
And then we can move that one up a little bit more. And just to finish it off, we'll go in with a little sentiment here, just for a little bit of balance onto that left-hand corner. Of course, you could go really to town and start to build even more flowers onto there. But just for now, we'll keep it nice and simple with love onto that left-hand corner. How gorgeous is that? But just showing how you can bring all those other collections in, all of those collections of maps you bought years ago, perhaps they're quite new collections, and all start to build in those scenes. But those little kangaroos are just absolutely
gorgeous,
adorable.
aren't they?
Just bring a smile to your face, they really do.
They really do. Right, thank you, Lily, that was lovely. Right, Ethan, just before you come back over here, I just want you to come round and have a look at these finished samples because they're absolutely delightful. And I love the fact that they're all incredibly different. So from a new baby card at the front, done on your scan and cut, how cool is that? Then you've got family in the background. Look at that, isn't that stunning? And then just to say, and these are just done, this one that Ethan's looking at now is just done on Minecraft Studio. How dimensional does that look? It's apart from the string bow at the top and the pearls, it's completely flat. Isn't that cool? And then using your different shape cards there, bringing in your fundamental dies. That little one in the middle that is about to come to in a minute. Look how cute that is. Completely different, but using exactly the same dies, but adding in different accents. That's the cool thing about it, isn't it? And I love the fact that we're bringing you the dies and the Minecraft Studio, and then you take it and run. And you put your spin on it. You add your florals in if you want to. You add your stars in if you want to. Whatever you want to do with these dies, what I love is that you can buy the same artwork as everybody else, but you can do so many different things. And that's the joy of owning dies, SVG files, which are scalable vectors, and Minecraft Studio, which is just fabulous. Thank you, Ethan. So really, really, really easy to shop with us here at Highlight Crafts. All you're going to do is type shop bundle into the comments underneath the video, and that will pop those dies and that Minecraft Studio collection into a basket for you. How amazing is that? Don't even need to go anywhere. Then we're going to slide into your DMs, send you a message, and in that message there's going to be a link. You're going to click on the link and that will take you to our website highlightcrafts.com, where you can then log into your account so you get your club discounts. Then you can check out, okay? And the sooner you check out, especially if it's the dies, because that's the bit that isn't digital, then we can get that shipped out to you. Right, Lily, do you want to have a go at Pictionary?
Oh, yeah.
Am
I drawing?
You are, because I can't draw.
I hope I do better than I did last time.
Oh, heck.
Yeah, with David. I was set up by Andrew, I'll put it this way. My word was dragon, and somebody guessed it was, what was it, a bedraggled chicken, somebody said.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, Amanda tried to draw a potato last night.
Oh, dear.
It was rectangular.
Oh!
I know.
Well,
I could have been run over by a bus.
Any
Right. Black, I would have thought, Lily. Yeah. That would be a good one. Right, how long she got?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh my gosh, okay.
She's in the face then, that's hilarious.
Dear, oh dear, right, tell me when I can go.
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 There you go, that gives it away. Oh well, Lily, that's not bad. I get it off that.
All right, it's better than the last one, I think.
Good. There
Yeah.
we are. Lovely.
Yeah, I've seen
there
worse.
you go.
I've seen better. There you go.
Brilliant. Right, you need to type that word into the comments underneath the video. What is it? And then we will draw a winner at the end. Right, I want to talk to you about some printables, please, because we do lots of different ones here at Highlight Crafts. And I want to talk to you about what the difference is. Oh, first of all, though, I need to do this because this is blinking brilliant. Right, so two different types of transfer sheets. Okay, so this has got a piece of paper that then has the transfer paper on top of it. Okay, so the way that this works is you put it through your regular inkjet printer. You can do it on a laser, but only a home laser, not an industrial one because it gets too hot. And if you are working on a laser printer at home, you need to print one sheet and then let it cool down because this reacts with heat. So you can imagine you'd end up in a bit of a mess. But on your regular inkjet printers, it's brilliant. You need your, I'm going to say, is it Glossophoto? I don't think it is for this. Let me have a look. Print, it's not on here. I'll have a look. Oh, LaserJet or inkjet. Scissors cutting machine. No, it doesn't say you need to have any special. Have a look. Heat transfer, 100% cotton, no mirror printing, inkjet printers, 48 hours for the, no. Okay, so it doesn't tell you need any specific settings, okay? So you're just going to print this off on your regular settings. Now, the one that has the 2 on the back, this one, is the one that you can put onto light coloured fabrics, okay? You're going to get 5 sheets. They're A4, and it's $14.99 shop light. If you want to do print that is going onto dark colours, you can do that. Now, one thing you cannot do with sublimation is sublimate onto dark colours because you lose the colour because it bonds to the fibres. With this transfer paper, and I have to say the instructions in here are brilliant, really, really good. You can do this onto black t-shirts, navy t-shirts, shorts, jeans, whatever, jackets, all of it. So I was talking to you about that outside edge die earlier, and I said that would come in useful. You could print off your Reflections artwork as a die cutter. Make sure you print it off at the size that it actually is. Don't make it bigger. And then use that outside edge die to cut it out with your metal shim so that it then, you can die cut it. And it's much, much easier than cutting it with a pair of scissors. If you've got a scan and cut, you can use the scan and cut with it as well, but it's absolutely brilliant. So you choose between Shop Light for your lighter materials. Unlike sublimation, it doesn't have to have that polyester content. So you can go to your local supermarket, pick up yourself some t-shirts and use your designs. Imagine these with Cowley on the front. That's cool, isn't it?
Oh,
isn't that lovely?
adorable.
Absolutely adorable. So those two, don't miss out on those because they're really, really, really cool. Right, I want to talk to you about Pure Print. And I know I do this quite a bit, but we get new people joining us all the time. So it's important that I let you know the difference. So we do 2 different types of printable paper and card here at Highlight Crafts. We do one that's called Pure Print, and we do one that's called Premium Pure Print. Now, the quality of the paper is exactly the same. So don't think the premium is better quality card. It's just different. So your regular Pure Print, we're doing 140 GSM, which is what I use on my scan and cut all day, every day. Because when I'm building up those decoupage layers, because the scan and cut has a straight blade, you'll see that white edge. So the thinner you can get that white edge, the better. So 140 is what I use for that. If I'm doing any colouring in with my alcohol markers, I will go to the 250 Pure Print. or maybe you want to use your backgrounds out of that. By all means, you can do your reflections out of that. That white edge doesn't bother you. It's just a personal thing for me. So if you want the 250, now the difference is that the pure print has a longer fibre. So you imagine that you've got a piece of watercolour card in front of you and you put a line of pure pigment and then you brush it out. The further away you get from that source of pure pigment, the lighter it becomes. So when you've got a fibre that's that length, when the printer head drops that ink on, it can travel along that fibre. Okay, that's the way that it works, which is why it's really good for alcohol markers, because alcohol markers, you need to be able to blend those colours through, and that length of fibre allows you to do that. Then we do our premium pure print. Now, the only difference between the regular and the premium is the size of that fibre. So when that printer head drops the ink onto the tiniest of fibres, it can't go anywhere. So it keeps that quality of that pure pigment in place, and you get an incredibly vibrant finish to it. It's extraordinary, actually. It almost looks like the softest suedette you can ever imagine. That's what it looks like, because it's so dense. So we do that in 250 and 140. Please don't put that anywhere near a sticky mat, because you will not get it off. You'll have to run it under the tap, wait for that water to penetrate through that paper or card, and then scrape it away, because it's not meant, because it's almost, the only thing that makes sense in my head is if you imagine it's really tightly packed, it almost creates a denser surface area, and it just grabs it, and there's no little areas where it can just rest a little bit. It's just full on, full blown colour. It's amazing. Please don't try and use your alcohol inks on your premium pure print. It feels like you're colouring on chalk, because that ink has nowhere to go to. So it's horses for courses, and you can use both together, which is amazing, right? So on top of, so that's your regular pure print and your premium pure print. Now, I also want to talk to you, I'm hoping this is the decoupage paper. Yes, it is. So we're bringing you a different decoupage paper, same thing, but a lighter weight, because we were asked by you if we could bring it in something like a 140. The closer we could get was 150. Now, this will give you a completely different look. In fact, if I just grab this new baby card here, that's the kind of look it gives you. So it's matte. So it looks a little bit chalky. It even feels a little bit chalky, but it's super easy to cut out. And it's brilliant with its shape, so it holds its form. So you imagine if you took a piece, even of the 140 pure print, and you did this, you'd end up with creases in it. I can literally, and I'm just going to start rolling it between my finger and my thumb, I can literally roll this paper and it will not crease. It's brilliant. So I can now just roll it and roll it and roll it and roll it, and I'm being gentle. I'm letting the paper curl, and it will hold its form. So if you are doing decoupage or you're shaping, this is absolutely brilliant. Now, normally you get 100 sheets of this. Today, we're giving you 200 sheets for $14.99. You ready? Look at that. And when I straighten it out, there's no creases whatsoever. That's the best demonstration I can give you on this product, because it just shows you the difference between a regular piece of card and our decoupage paper. You just print it in the normal way through your inkjet printers, just literally. I'm presuming it goes on laser as well. I don't know whether we've tested that or not, but it doesn't say not for lasers, so it should be fine. But that is quite extraordinary. Again, if I took even a 140, there'd be creases in it, wouldn't there? Because it hasn't got that flexibility, I guess, to be able to roll like that. So if you want your decoupage bundle, while we've got it on, buy one, so $14.99 would leave me with $11.99. So you're buying one at $14.99, you're paying £3 for the second one for 100 sheets. I know, great that, isn't it? So, and it comes packed like this as well, which I love, because it means that you can keep it stored nicely. Maybe put a label or right on the spine of it on your shelf, and then you can see instantly which is what. But you're buying that one and you're getting that one for a silly, silly price. Please don't miss out on these decoupage papers. They're fabulous. Right, next. So, print your own stickers. Fancy printing some stickers? With these lovely animals on, we can do that for you as well. Now, these are what we call PET. So they print your own and they're clear. So if you ever seen Christine with those sentiment stickers that she does, where she puts them inside the card and burnishes it down, you can't see the edge. This is the same thing, but you can print on it. So you can print your own, which is brilliant. So if you do love My Craft Studio and you like to write your own sentiments, sometimes you go, especially if I'm buying one for Mick, because he's not the most romantic of people. So if I buy him a slushy card, he's like, yeah, I like that, thanks, love. And I know it goes in, but he's, you know, so I like to write my own sentiments because I like to make them a bit funny as well and about us. So if you like to do your sentiments or you just want to print off your artwork and make it into stickers, then these sheets are for you. So you're going to get 6 sheets, shop clear, $12.99. This will keep the kids busy as well during the summer. That'd be a great one for them. Right, Lily, are we ready to come for another demo?
Certainly are. Yeah.
Let's do that then, and then we will recap the dies and the SVGs after we've done this demo.
Fabulous. So I've got another design here, gorgeous card. It's been put together by Kath. So Kath, I'll try my best to do your beautiful card justice. And she's already laid up our lovely card base here. Now we've got a few of our nesting dies that have been laid together with that lovely scene in the background. Now if we stand this as it is, it's going to rock from side to side ever so slightly. Now if that's the effect you want to go for, then absolutely fabulous. We like that. But if you want it to be one that's actually going to stay sort of where it is, it's not going to rock. All you're going to do is you're going to turn it over, and just on that back piece, you're just going to trim a straight line. So I'd be trimming between that section there. Now I quite like it as a rocker, to be perfectly honest, so we will leave it as a rocker. But if you do want it to be a sort of a freestanding card, you're just going to trim a straight line along that back piece, and that's going to give you a more static card. But we'll leave that as it is, because I think it's going to give a lovely little sort of kinetic feel.
Lovely.
So there we go, there's our card base laid up. Then I've got a couple of these lovely floral sort of crescents here. I'm going to start to build up our composition.
It's amazing, isn't it? How you can take a koala and a kangaroo and put it on a paper like that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it works.
Absolutely amazing. So think of all those other dies you've got in your crafty stash. I'm sure you've got tons and tons that you've accumulated over the years, whether it's your florals, things like your scene setters. Perhaps you've got dies that you can actually be adding these to start to build those scenes. But all we'll do is we'll just add a little bit of our pin flare just to the back of there, and we're going to have one of these onto that left-hand corner and one onto the right. Now, I'm not worrying too much about these 2 sprigs in the centre. You could be cutting those off if you so choose, but we will actually be covering those.
So our Huggable Creations is on holiday.
Oh, wow.
In the Caribbean,
oh my
and it's
gosh.
31 degrees.
How fabulous. Oh, I hope you're having a lovely time.
Yeah, I do too. And Charlene, as an Aussie, so happy to add this collection. There you go.
Hello. Perfect
Brilliant.
for you. Absolutely. Oh, can you imagine if you'd been on holiday to Australia for your scrapbook pages? That'd be incredible, wouldn't it? Using these dies alongside. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. And Karen Albert says she thought your dragon was great, Lily.
Oh, well, at least somebody did, because I certainly didn't, that's for sure.
Brilliant.
It was terrible. I can't think, what did I give David? Oh, the one I gave to David to draw was porridge.
Oh, that's hard.
It was harsh, yeah. It
Right?
was harsh, yeah. But I thought it was, I thought it'd be okay, but then I thought, well, it could be any cereal, it could be anything in the bowl.
It could.
How do you show that it's porridge? Who knows? But he did a fairly good job. I bet than my bedraggled chicken. Yeah, what's that mean one?
That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, David. Probably because he was going on holiday, so I was feeling quite mean.
Oh, wow.
I mean, how dare he have a holiday?
Welcome to Lily.
How
the
rude.
sweetest little thing, isn't she? She's proper feisty when she wants to be.
Yeah, we've got over that, I think, yeah. I'm sure the guys at home have clocked that one already, I'm pretty sure. If you haven't bought before, you have now. That's for certain, old David. Well, I hope he's having a lovely time. I'm sure he will.
Oh, he will be. It's his mum's 60th, so they've gone to Palma Nova in Mallorca. So he'll be having a lovely, relaxing time, and then he'll be ready to come back and hit the ground running.
Probably with a lovely suntan and all sorts.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, I'll look even paler stood next to him then. Like a milk bottle now.
Sure he's
Look
having
at
a lovely
this. How
time.
lovely is this? Just building those
cute.
3 up together.
And all I've done with these two, with their little tree bark, I've just sort of continued that. So you've got that continuous line. They're all sort of nestling together. And you've got this gorgeous little one just sat at the front there, almost like he's protecting those two koalas that he's got above him. Then just to finish it off, I'm just going to start to build up this scene a little bit more. So I've got some lovely little cherry blossom florals here. So they're just going to be sort of coming out of the scene here. So we're just starting to build that scene, tell that story with all your lovely florals. I mean, you wouldn't really have thought of cherry blossom when it came to koalas, but doesn't it work an absolute treat? Just building up your scenes.
Charlene's asking, is that background from the download? No, it's not, but it will be from one of them. Let me just have a look if Kath's written on the back of the card, because she's usually really good at that. Background paper is Tender Love.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. Tender Love is that download, or the artworks come with those dies. So yes, you can still get a hold of it, but it's not from this particular one. And I like the fact that we've done this, because it shows you the versatility. It doesn't have to be in the environment of those animals. I think this is super, super, super pretty. And I'd love to receive that, because I love koala bears.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're just
aren't they?
gorgeous. You just want to reach out and give them a little cuddle. They're just so fluffy.
I don't know if they'd appreciate that, though.
I'm not sure they would. Yeah, but I love the idea of it at least.
Yeah, absolutely. What?
I'm not sure they are.
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends. If you're the mum and you're going to need the babies, probably not.
Yeah, if some big human came along and tried to hug their babies, I'm not sure she'd be best pleased.
No.
You never know.
And they have massive claws, don't they, to grab onto the trees.
Do.
I love them. It's the faces, and their ears. How fluffy their
the
ears are.
ears,
They're magic, aren't they?
For me, it's the little nose. I think ever so cute about their little nose.
I'd love to go to Australia, but I don't know if I could cope with the flight.
It is a very long way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I'd feel about that myself.
No. Yes, I have. Sing the movie, yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, I loved that. It was really cool, isn't it? Yeah, you're right, Amber. Anyone that loves Sing, is it Pixar? Is it Disney? Or DreamWorks? Pixar?
It's one of the above.
I think it is. Yeah, no, it's a lovely film. If you've never seen it, go and have a watch. How pretty is that?
How
And
gorgeous.
right, just put one of the boards next to that for me, Lily.
Find the right one.
Look at the difference. Doesn't matter which one. Just look at the difference that it makes, just changing it up. And I love that. Yes, it works in their environment, but if you want a cute little card for your mum or your best friend or your daughter, granddaughter, that's super cute.
How different. Just super, super different. And by layering the 3 together, it almost looked like they're just one solid die. But of course, you've got the ability, with them all being separate, you can mix and match, build up your own families. Perhaps you're going to sort of relate it to your own family, but lots and lots of scope of building those gorgeous scenes.
Brilliant. Right, let's have another look at our offerings today. Thank you, says Charlene. You're very welcome.
Oh.
And Alan says you did a very professional job demonstrating at Doncaster, Lily.
Oh, thank you.
There you are.
Oh, I have to say, I had a lovely weekend. It was fabulous.
It was
absolutely
good, wasn't
fabulous.
It was lovely to meet some of you as well, which was just
really
great.
was.
Right, so today, latest family favourites we're bringing you. We've got our kangaroos and our koala bears. Aren't they lovely? So we've got Darwin here. We've also got Zippy and Roo. We've got Kylie at the bottom. And then we've got Ozzy and Sydney. So you're going to get all 4 sets. I think there's 12 dies in total, because you're getting that outside edge. Shrink plastic, stickers, holographic, whatever you want to do. Foil them, don't foil them, entirely up to you. So when you cut out your reflections with your dies, if you put that die cut onto a light board, put your foil over the top so you can see the light come through those detail lines. You can then foil them as well with your craft pen, your Craft Master foil pen, which is great. So if you want all 4 sets of dies plus your Minecraft Studio, then absolutely you're in the right place. Shop bundle, you've got almost a £10 saving on this, and it was a brand new launch this morning. So here are all your lovely little characters. You've got Darwin, Kylie, Ozzy and Sydney, and then you've got Zippy and Roo. Aren't they just amazing? Look at the artwork. They look like you could literally pick them off a page and they were fluffy. Aren't they just incredible, isn't it? Absolutely. I'd love to spend a week with Max and just see how he does it, because it fascinates me. Then you've got all your reflections for your dies. So you're going to print these out at actual size, or 100%. So you've got both of those. You're then going to get your digistamps, which can also be used with your foil pen, or your pyrography. So you can pyrograph. So what you're going to do with that is print it out, trace it onto the wood with your graphite paper, and then go over with your pyrography tool. So you could have those. That's cool, isn't it? Then you've got all your backgrounds in here as well. So you've got these fabulous scenes in here. So you can make the most of those. Or, as you've seen Lily use, and our design team use completely different backgrounds, but they work. And I love that. I do think that really does remind me of Lion King, though. I imagine if you got those dies or silhouettes, that's lovely. I mean, look at the detail in the clouds. It's fabulous, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. So you've got those. Then you've got them with the foreground slightly off focus. And then you've got them with the background sharp to give you a different look and feel. Then you're also going to get the foreground sharp and the background slightly out of focus. Just brilliant. The artwork is just perfect. And then last but by no means least, you're also going to get your textures, and it looks a little bit like tree bark. This is great. And we colour pick those. So because you get in the Micro Studio, we colour pick those colours from this artwork. So it's exactly the right green, exactly the right blue. That's what we do. It's none of this, oh, it'll do. It's bang on perfect. Right, if you would like the SVG files rather than the dies, and this is what I was talking about earlier on in the show when we were talking about the difference in the machines. You make your investment at the beginning, and then long term it saves you money. So you can get the SVG files with the reflections artwork, the reverse reflections artwork. We give you them in 3 different sizes just to get you started. You also get all your decoupage layers, and you get all your detailed designs, so you can draw them, foil them, emboss them. All of those different things that we can do when we own a scan and cut. Now, if you want the SVG files with the MCS, it's shop digital and it's $14.99. So by owning a scan and cut, you're already saving £20 versus buying the dies with that. Now, listen, I'm never going to tell everybody they have to have a scan and cut. I love it so much. I just become really passionate about it. When you're passionate about it, you want everybody else to feel that way, don't you? Maybe you're a die cutter, you'll always be a die cutter. Absolutely. You open the wardrobe doors, a couple of doors in my craft room, floor to ceiling, full of dies. You know, there are times when I use dies. It's not necessarily one or the other. But long term, you can start to see the saving that you're going to make buying digitally, because obviously we have to have these manufactured, and the cost of that, the metal, the transportation, everything else. When it's digital, it's instant and there's no postage. So it's one of those, isn't it? You have to weigh it up long term. So if you'd prefer that, shop digital, $14.99. I'm just going to give you the details of these transfer papers again, because these are brilliant. So with sublimation, you have to have a fabric that has a high polyester content. So you couldn't just go to your local supermarket, buy a t-shirt and sublimate onto it. It doesn't work like that. With this, you absolutely can do that. So you can print it off on your inkjet printer, cut it out, and then take the paper backing off, that's important, and then iron it or press it onto a piece of fabric. Now, I would suggest you put your glass mat under a piece of cloth and iron onto that. Put your t-shirt over the top and iron onto that. It does not recommend that you use an ironing board, because there's holes in an ironing board and you won't get that flat precision. Also, if you've got a steam iron that's got the holes in the bottom, treat yourself to a dry iron, because it needs that flat base. So if you bought the heat press the other day for your sublimation, you could use it with that. Okay, and it'll give you all the different ironing times, etc. Okay, so it gives you, I have to say, the instructions in this are absolutely brilliant. Now, you can do it on a laser printer, definitely not an industrial one, so don't sneak it into work, because it gets too hot, and this is heat reactive, so you can imagine you'll end up in a mess. You can use a home laser printer, but they recommend you print one sheet, leave it for about 15 to 20 minutes before you print your next one. But on your regular inkjet printer, it's perfect. So shop light means you can print and iron it onto lighter fabrics. Shop dark means that you can print and put it on black t-shirts or navy t-shirts or dark fabrics, which you cannot do with sublimation. So it's a completely different thing, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. So you could go out and buy some inexpensive t-shirts for the kids for the holidays, or Alice is going on a plane for the first time tomorrow. Just go and buy some t-shirts, iron them on. You know what they're like, white t-shirts in the summer. They get covered in sun cream and they go yellow, don't they? And then you could use that and personalise them. Super cool, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at one or two more of our little printables on here as well, because we've talked about our pure print and we've talked about our PET sheets, but we also have printable acetate. Now this is really clever because you can print one side. So when you put it up to your ear like David does, and I take the mickey out of him for doing it, but it does work. When you go like that and it feels a little bit rough, that's the side that you print on with your laser printer. When you turn it over and you do that and it's smooth, that's the side for your inkjet printer. So it will go through both. But the best thing about our printable acetate is that you can use your hot foil pen on top of it. So you imagine printing out those animals, so you could have it on printable acetate on the front as a bow with maybe the kangaroos on, and then in the background you'd have your paper with your koala bears on, and it would all work together. And then you can add in that spot foiling, which you would expect to have to pay a premium for, but it just works on our printable acetate, which is brilliant. So if you want that, shop acetate, and it's $14.99 for 25 sheets, which is brilliant, right? Love that. Now we also have some holographic sticker sheets. So you can absolutely use these on your scan and cut as you can with the acetate. You can see the holographic nature to it there. If you print on this, you need your glossy photo settings, please. Then the ink will dry. But you're going to get 12 sheets of this for $11.99. You've got a £3 saving on that today. Now when we're coming up to things like Christmas, printing Christmas baubles and characters and all that kind of thing, this is going to be fabulous, isn't it? Love that product. Then we've also got our regular sticker sheets. So if you fancy some printable sticker sheets, we do a pack of 80 GSM they are. You get a pack of 10 A4 sticker sheets in matte, and you also get a pack of 10 in glossy white. So you get both of them together for one price. Shop sticker, $13.98 for 20 sheets. Now something else, just one more thing I want to talk to you about before we love you and leave you and I want to have a lunch, is our vellum. This isn't vellum, this is parchment. Anybody walked in here now and picked that up, they'd be like, that's parchment. It's 280 GSM, perfect for your scan and cut embossing. So if you are buying the SVG files and you've got the embossing starter kit, you could do those as embossed images and then add your white work in. So what we did the other day, I forgot. So you emboss the koala bear, for example, puts all the detail lines in, then you cut the SVG file of that, stick it onto a card blank, and then create the parchment wrap that goes round. So you've got the detail as emboss, but you've got the colour coming behind from your SVG file. How brilliant is that? Lovely, isn't it? So if you want that, shop vellum, $12.99. Right, my lovelies, Lily and I will be back with you tonight at 6 o'clock, where I'm going to show you how to make the matte layers for your cracker, and then we're going to cut lots of different materials and put that scan and cut through its paces. So Lily and I will see you then. Thank you to Lily for the demos and our design team. Thank you for Ethan for holding that camera still without yawning all the way through, even though he's out partying in Manchester over the weekend. I think it looks like it's catching up with him a bit today. And then we've got Amber. Thank you to Amber. Now she knows where Trinidad and Tobago are. There you go. Every day's a school day here at Highlight Crafts. We will see you.
Christine.
Oh, Christine. What's she winning?
Wheel.
Wheel?
Not the wheel.
The wheel. I was going to say, we can't give
Right,
that
let's
away.
spin the wheel. Oh, it's a good job we're on 2 o'clock, isn't it? Spin the wheel. I always forget. I know I'm rubbish, aren't I? Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 750 points. Brilliant. Right, keep an eye out, please, on your emails, because we will be sending you a message and then you can contact us and we can get those added to your account. Right, I'm going to go and eat. Are you going to go and eat?
I am.
I'm really hungry. We'll see you 6 o'clock. Take care. Bye.